This video is brought to you by Kaiser Knives.
Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today I'm going to talk to you about this bag right here, which is the Helikon Bailout Bag. I first saw this at SHOT Show 2018, and it was set up there as an emergency bag, a first responder bag. I think it's got a lot of different ways you could actually utilize it. But when I saw it, I thought, man, that would be a great bag to organize all my bushcraft gear. So what you're gonna see today is this bag set up as my bushcraft bag, and then in a future video, I'm gonna have the exact same bag in a different color, and we're gonna show you what it looks like to be set up as an emergency bag. So really cool bag. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I thought that thing is gonna be a hit. I see a lot of different bags from different companies, but pretty easily this has fallen into the top 5 for me of all the bags I've ever used, just because of the way it's built. A lot of really cool features. So let me talk through some of the details of the bag. Let me show you how I have it set up, and then you can decide if this would be something that you would like, either for a bushcraft bag, you know, an outdoors bag, or for an emergency or maybe a first responder type bag. All right, capacity for the bag is 25 liters. It's 20 by 11.5 by 7.5. It's going to be coming in at just over 3 pounds, so 3.03 pounds. That's 1,375 grams. And YKK zippers. The material is nylon. There's a wide variety of materials that people use for backpacks. Having seen a lot of backpacks over the years, this is good quality material, and it's an interesting mix because you've got you know, some more aggressive or stronger material here, and then you have like a stretchier fabric up here for the different ways that people are going to utilize the bag. As far as colors, like I said, this is your adaptive green and coyote. They also have it in black, and the black has a little bit of gray mixed in there too, and they've got some other colors that'll be coming out in the future. So let me just talk through some of the external details, and then we'll get into the inside of the bag. And honestly, the inside of the bag is my favorite part, the way it's organized, but the outside has a lot to offer as well. Okay, so looking at the outside of the bag, first thing on this back section, you can see there's 4 attachment points. You can take this entire portion off. Let me show you how it's set up right now. You got the zippers that come around halfway, and then in here we have this extra little piece of material. Now this is great because then, like, if you're out in the woods and you're working on something where you have to have one knee in the ground, like a bow drill or something, boom, you can put that down and kneel on it, and now you're up off the ground, not getting your clothes all wet. It does have a loop here, so you can hang it over a branch or a tree. You could also throw it around, like over your head and then around your shoulder as well, so it's, you know, you can sling it on your side basically, and then, you know, grab it when you need it. You can see there's hook and loop here, so you can obviously put, if you wanted to carry a firearm with a Velcro holster, you could set that up. Obviously you could store other gear in there as well. We do have a couple loops here as attachment points, and then you can see these elastics. You've got space for 3. They're really built for magazines, and they'll fit AR or AK size magazines. But again, you could store other gear in there, however you wanted to organize your gear. And then you have it where you can actually slide something the whole way through here. So you could secure it with some of the bungees, and then it's basically resting in this back section. Now that's the back. Let me show you the side real quick. You can see I've got a figure 4 here on the side. There's a pocket to put in a water bottle, and then you can see here's our 2 attachment points if I want to get this thing out of the way. One thing I do really like is that there are grab handles all over the bag. So there's one on each side, there's one up on the top as well. And then if you look down, even on the bottom, there's one. So however it's, you know, in your car or sitting in camp, you can grab it and go. Let me take this off real quick just to show you what the bag looks like without this section on. And this is fully adjustable, so you could, you know, have it as big or as small as you want it to be. You can see on the other side I've got my my battle box fish trap, so you can store and carry your gear. So relatively easy. You can see you can take this back section off, and now you've got access to the bag. We do have a pocket up here, so unzip this and you can store gear in there. And this is a kind of a stretchy fabric, so you can put things in there. You know, if you want to put a poncho, if you want to put a fleece or something like that, it can go in there and it'll squeeze in. And then you have a pocket here as well, which you can store gear in, and that goes, let me just show you, put my hand in here. That goes all the way down to basically like here. So lots of storage there on the, even in these 2 outside pockets, plenty of ways to organize your gear. I showed you that side. Same thing on the other side here. You can store a water bottle or other things in that pocket. On the back here, you can see there are straps here based on the weight that I've been able to, or the amount of gear I've been able to put in this pack. I find like these straps are fine. Sometimes I want something that's got a lot of extra padding, but these are just about right for me, I would say. Got some D-rings there to attach gear. You can see I've got my E-Alarm Plus here. So that's, I had it there and I thought, oh, I'll just attach that and I can have that with me out in the woods. Sternum strap for control. These are fully adjustable. You can also see that we've got nice padding here and lots of airflow in this section as well. So that's the outside of the pack. Let's get into the inside of the pack and show you some of the great organizational features inside. Now the internal organization of this pack I think is what totally set it apart for me when I first saw it. You've got a couple zippers up here on the top. Zip this one down, zip this one down, all the way to the bottom. And then this is gonna fold down. I'll talk about this section in a minute. But this folds down and then you've got these two straps to kind of keep things consolidated. But let's just take these out of the way and then we can show you right here how the whole thing is set up. So I've got all the gear that I want for like a bushcraft outing right here in the bag. I could fit even more in here. This is just how I've currently organized it. But yeah, I mean, it's just, there's molly, there's pouches, there's zippers, there's drawstring. For me, when I saw this, I'm like, this is exactly how I like to organize my gear. I'll give you a rundown of how I have my gear set up, but the first thing I want to say is, I mean, look at this, right? So it's hanging from a tree and it's out of the way, it's up off the ground, and so whatever I want to get to, boom, now I've got access to it, and it's not lying on the ground. I'm not, you know, kind of down on my knees getting wet because the ground is wet or whatever. I love the way this is set up. So you know, put it on a branch and now you can have access to your gear. If you've seen the Canadian Preppers bug out roll, it's just like a backpack consolidated version of that. And there are other bags that have molly inside and pouches and stuff, but the way this one's organized between the mix of pre-built in pouches and then the molly you can attach, this was, like I said, as you could tell, I like it a lot. It was just right for me. So I've got let's start over here. I've got 2 Theorem cell vaults, and you can store all kinds of gear in there, like fire starting gear. You want to store batteries for your headlamp or whatever. You can see I've got my Leatherman Wave here, and that's attached via the molly. Right here, I've got my Pathfinder canteen. Over here, I've got some salt and a little container so I can put oil in there if I'm going to be cooking out in the woods. Over on this other side, I just have a little folding knife. This is from Battle Box. In the last Battle Box, I think it was one of their Bushcraft boxes. So I just wanted to try this out, so I'm putting it in the little side pouch right there. You can see up here, I've got my Tops Brachimo, and I could certainly take this out. I could put that on my hip, I could put that on my hip, but it's all consolidated in one area, so I've got it. I could just grab the bag and head out into the woods for a day of, you know, working on skills, bushcrafting. But I could take that off and just put it on my hip and carry it if I wanted to. So Tops Brachimo, and then I've got my fire kit here. And I've got reviews on the Brachimo, I've got reviews of my fire kit. I'll add those to the end of this video so you can check those out as well. This is a VanQuest pouch, and attached to the molly, you can see all the things I want to work on fire skills as well. Zip this back up. Now down here on the bottom, in this pouch and in this pouch, I've taken some of the Hidden Woodsman's possibility pouches and put gear in them in these two different pouches. And then in here, what I have is a tarp to you know, like it's starting to rain now, so if I wanted to set up a tarp in the outdoors, I could do that. And then over here, I gotta get access to the zipper. I've got just a bunch of odds and ends. So I've got a couple pouches, and I got some gloves. I got my Mora Eldris there as well, and then the other possibilities pouch here, and then I've got one of the Night Eyes bug lights right here, which is a tiny little light, but you can attach it to gear. So I don't want to spend a ton of time going through every single thing I have in the pouch, because really what I want to show you are the features of this bag. But now, you know, I've got my water, and I could take that out and put it on the side if I wanted to. My fire, my shelter. I've also got, right running down the side here, you can see my Baco Laplander. So I've got some cutting tools in there as well, and everything is just, it's all organized. That's a big thing for me, is that I don't want my gear just thrown into one big bag and just chaos. I like to have it nice and neat and organized. So that's the inside of the bag. And then there's a couple other features in the other section. So let me readjust the camera and show you the other portions of the bag. All right, so I've turned the bag around, and you can see this whole panel is what folds around to close the bag up. We've got more storage up here on the top, and then you can see this clip. If I fold the pocket out of the way, bring this up, Now there's a clip that's actually inside the bag. I can clip that, and now this lower section is totally out of the way. Again, when I'm hanging it on a tree, now I don't have a big section flopping down. Just more access to, or easier access to my gear without other portions of the bag hanging in the way. This section is also something that you could kneel on, you could sit on. Say it was like, it was rainy or wet out. It's starting to rain now here. But if that was the case and you were using that other little kneeling pad for something, or it was too small for you, you can use this to sit on, to kneel on, whatever the case might be. So let me spin this around again and just show you. Now it's all organized and tidy, all my gear here. And then when I want to pack it up, I put those 2 compression straps in, cinch it down like this, zip it up, and then head on my way. I have a future video coming out where I'm going to talk about what I keep in my Bushcraft bag as far as all the particular gear, and also why I've chosen that particular gear. So this one, I really just wanted to show you how I have my Bushcraft bag set up, and this bag in particular, because like you can tell, I just think it's an awesome, awesome bag. I've walked with it, I've hiked it a little bit. It's comfortable. It's not like it's moving all over the place. It's well formed, it's well contoured. And yeah, I think there's a lot of options for how you could set this bag up for the outdoors, for bushcrafting, survival, emergency response. I mean, there's tons of different ways you can organize this. I like the adaptive green and coyote for an outdoor bag. And then you'll see, like I said, in a future video, the black one set up as an emergency bag. I also look forward to the other colors they'll be coming out with in the future. Your price for this bag right now at the time of this video, which is November 1st, 2018, over at the Military First website, you can get it for $144. And again, you can get it this color or the black, which has some gray mixed in as well. So let's hear your thoughts. What do you think about this bag? I've said it like 20 times. Obviously, I'm a fan of it. I love the organization and the setup, but let's hear your thoughts on it as well. Thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care. Hey, what's up, everyone? Okay, last time. Hey, what's up, everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Talk to you. Super excited. Super excited. Super excited. Super excited.